Thanks for stopping by. I Did Not Know That Classic TV Edition. Please like and subscribe.
I'll think about it.
That's all I ask.
Coming up on this episode of I Did Not Know That.
Shall I stand a little closer, Marshall?
You guys seem to enjoy the episode I did when Maverick poked fun at Bonanza. So let's take a look at another Western Maverick had a little fun with, Gunsmoke. This was done in the second season of Maverick and it was called Gun Shy. As you can see here, Gunsmoke was number 1 in the ratings that year of 1958-59. Westerns were at the peak of their popularity at that time with 7 of them in the top 10. Maverick, starring James Garner, was in a very respectable 6th place in the ratings. For a bit of history, Gunsmoke actually first appeared way back in 1952 as a radio program. The TV show came along in 1955 and it didn't leave until 1975, making it by far the longest running Western series to ever run on television. This Maverick episode did a good job of finding actors who were playing imitations of some of the characters from Gunsmoke. So let's take a look at them. In Gunsmoke, as most know, Matt Dillon is the marshal in Dodge City, Kansas.
I try to remember that if they'd argued a little, they might not be here. Arguing doesn't fill any graves. Take me, I'm a U.S. Marshal. How many times I'd rather have argued than gone for guns?
While the characters in Gun Shy live in Elwood, Kansas, and their marshal is called Mort Dooley.
This is Boot Hill, Elwood, Kansas. It's a nice place to visit. I like to come up here sometimes to think and maybe get ahead a grave or two.
Long before Festus Hagen was Matt Dillon's deputy, he had a sidekick named Chester Good, played by Dennis Weaver. Chester walked with a pronounced limp, and it's been speculated by some that it was from a wound he received in the Civil War. While Chester was never actually deputized, he was always there for Marshall Dillon, and he acted much like a deputy. He also often interjected a bit of comic relief into the show.
You know, I could eat breakfast all day, Doc. You ever try taking a potato and just slicing it real thin like and then just dumping all of it right in a big skillet of hot grease and just letting it fry? Oh, that's good.
Marshall Dooley's deputy is Clyde Dooley, and the actor who played him did a great job in imitating Chester right down to his limp.
Come to think of it, that is what he said.
And we find out why this version of Chester limps.
New shoes?
No, blamed horse stepped on my foot this afternoon.
And you can't talk about Gunsmoke without mentioning Matt Dillon's love interest, Miss Kitty, who runs the Long Branch Saloon. In Gun Shy, Mort Dooley has Amy, who runs the Weeping Willow Saloon. In Gun Shy, they have a little fun mocking the relationship of Marshall Dillon and Miss Kitty.
What are you gonna do, Mort?
I'll know when I get there.
Mort, be careful. Mort, be careful. Mort, be careful.
Of course, Dodge City had a doctor who simply was called Doc. In Gun Shy, they also have a guy named Doc, but he's an undertaker. He's really got the mannerisms down, especially the little mouth noises the real Doc makes in Gunsmoke.
How many men you shot this month for aggravating you a lot less than he has?
11.
The plot revolves around Maverick looking for a possible treasure in a nearby town. Garner and 2 unsavory characters who just happen to be seated at his table learn that this treasure could be in Elwood, the town where we've learned earlier is where Mort Dooley is marshal. When Maverick gets to town, Marshall Dooley takes an instant dislike to him.
There's a stagecoach out of here in 20 minutes. Be on it.
Why would I want to do that?
This is a clean town, mister. We endeavor to keep it that way. The gambling facilities here are for visiting trail hands, not for professional card players.
He escorts him out of town and warns him not to come back. Of course, that's not about to stop Maverick, and each time Dooley catches him sneaking back into town in his search for the treasure, the Marshal gets a little bit angrier.
You! Pleasant journey and a long one.
Which leads to this showdown.
Shall I stand a little closer, Marshal?
Maverick also encounters a beautiful girl who he suspects may have some information to help him in his search for the treasure, but she has plans of her own.
Is someone following us?
Not a chance.
I do hope you're going to be all right.
Does Maverick find the treasure and get the girl? Will the Marshal recover after his humiliating gunfight? Well, you'll have to watch Gunshy to find out. Like the spoof they did of Bonanza, this Maverick episode was a lot of fun. If you want to watch the full episode free, just click on the Tubi TV link I posted below. Which spoof was better, the one they did on Bonanza or Maverick? I wonder how these other programs and their actors felt about being lampooned a bit. Hey, thanks for stopping by and watching the channel. I know you have a lot of choices out there, so thanks for stopping by.
Better